r/AskReddit created by routinereddit. What does $1,000 get you for your hobby? Either $2,000 or $0. r/Wall Street bets. This guy gambles, respect, or invests in stocks. Aka respectable glorified gambling. All in new $50 weeklies, or get the freak out. Literally can't go tits up. I could lie around doing nothing with a nicer couch. I spent $2,600 on my last couch. It's way too big for my living room, has recliners in 3 spots, could likely sleep a family of 8, has power ports everywhere, worth every penny. Is building your own feasible, or maybe doing something like creating a frame and adding a mattress in a box and some memory cooling pillows for guests to sit on? Why on earth would you build your own couch? Because it's fun, and also sounds so insanely dumb nobody would do it. You could spend that time lying around doing nothing. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. Almost buys a new camera lens. About a third of a 70-200mm f/2.8 grams. Why did I ever get into photography? I just jumped over to FF and got a 28-70-2.8. I'm in love with it and just itching for that 70-200, but no way in heck can I afford it right now. Every photographer says that until they get into astrophotography, behold, one large narrowband filter, but to use that piece of glass of course you'd need something to put it in, like a filter wheel, along with 6 other filters, but that's okay. You've already spent 7.5k on a high mid-range camera, put all that together, and you've basically got a camera. Now you can start looking at telescopes and mounts, then just a few more grand in accessories. Same thing with bird photography. How do you like a 600 f/4 for the low price of $12,999? That's not a lens, that's a bazooka. You can buy a lens that'll impress your friends, but will never satisfy you. Seriously this. When I first got into photography I loved all the pictures I took. Then as I learned more I started spotting my mistakes and hated my pictures but everyone loved them. Had to take a long break. I'm getting back into it, but dang those prices lol. Those are the photos that taught you to be a good photographer, so they are just as important if not more important than your masterpieces. I could bake so many things. I could get a KitchenAid stand mixture for starters. Dude, if at all possible, get the mixer. I legitimately saved up for multiple months to pick up a drop bowl KitchenAid Black Friday sales, and then my husband had to physically take the money from me and go solo to get the thing actually purchased because I had decided it wasn't a good use of the cash. I hated spending that much on a mixer, of all things. It was worth it. Sounds like something I would do. I keep putting it off thinking that spending that kind of money on a mixer is silly, but I know how much I would use it. It'd make kneading dough so much easier. Just get it. I'm 30 and my mother still uses one that's older than me. It's kind of expensive, but it should last you for decades. I got mine when I was 24. I'm 43 and still have it. A lot of yarn. This makes me believe you are, in fact, a cat. Knit or crochet? My answer was going to be all the needles. Both. But I knit more than I crochet. Better graphics card. Or a crap ton of books and a shelf or 5. Any books you'd recommend? I have a $100 book voucher. Brandon Sanderson. His writing is amazing. His characters are incredible. His pacing is top notch and his world building is second to none. Even if you aren't a huge fantasy fan I suggest his work. He has some sci-fi, some horror, more fantasy than your voucher will get you, and is constantly writing more. This, especially the Way of Kings series. Edit. Stormlight series is the name. Way of Kings is the first book. Literally in the middle of the first one now. I like the Mistborn series, but this one is something else. Plus I've heard the Way of Kings series ties everything together somehow, ? And I'm really excited to see more of that as I get through his books. Probably a pretty neat telescope. I've always wanted one that you can plug into a computer and it moves itself to a desired celestial body. Does your neighbor know you speak in such terms about her? He especially likes the appearance of the twin moons. With a telescope like that he could probably even see the Golden Palace of the Himalayas. $1,000 and the overwhelming urge to get a hobby. Have you ever tried thrifting? I find it fun to see what kind of stuff I can buy for way cheaper than buying new. Most of the time there is just junk, but you can occasionally find something valuable and underpriced that you can't pass up. I'll be honest, less of a hobby, more of what I usually do for clothes, books, etc. in the first place kinda deal. But you did got a point. Man, the trick is calling it a hobby so others don't realize we do it, because we are poor or cheapskates. This is my excuse on why you dumpster dive. My mom buys most of her clothes from thrift stores, even though she has a fair amount of money, though it's less of a hobby and more of an environmental thing for her. So just look at it like that. You're recycling. I'm gradually accumulating a wardrobe that would easily have cost thousands of dollars if I'd bought it new for a few hundred. Way cheaper to buy it at a thrift store and just wash it and maybe get it tailored. A pretty freaking sweet guitar. Think of all the pedals. That's like 3 boutique pedals, or 1 Univox Super Fuzz, and like a large combo pizza, or a Roland Space Echo, and get a job delivering pizzas for a weekend. Or a Strymon timeline, a big sky and maybe their some pizza left over from the last band practice. I love Strymon pedals, but I'd probably have to sell my soul to afford their whole loop. Picking up my first guitar tomorrow, a black and silver Les Paul. Never played once in my life. Looking very forward to it. Have fun. It's a lifelong journey. Be nice to your guitar, and it will be nice to you. Join us on /r/guitar. Be prepared to suck, cause that's the first step. And keep with it. Learning any instrument is all about perseverance. Can confirm. Been playing for 5 years. Still suck. A small army of plastic models. If it's Warhammer you could also get like 95% of a Warlord Titan. 95%? Ha 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 ha. The body with no weapons is $1,500. It saddens me knowing my brother used to have 2 of these, and his freaking wrench of an ex-wife took them along with all his Warhammer figures, like probably $10k worth, to the dump. She also threw away his original Nintendo and Atari with all the games. She was such a freaking piece of crap, and she was a flat out wrench to him. Was so glad when he finally filed for divorce. Screw you, Dawn. Freaking heck, what? She just pitched 2 Warlords and 10 grand of regular minis? I would have divorced and sued right then. That's like delivering someone's freaking car to a scrapyard. If they were personally painted, it's like burning a dang painting. Yup, she was a psycho. She pulled a knife on him and threatened to kill him and their 2Y/O kid. That was when he finally decided to leave. He spent countless hours painting them. He used to be an oil painter, and when he found Warhammer it was like the perfect combination of nerdy and art for him. As far as I know he hasn't painted since she tossed all his stuff. While typing this out it just made me think maybe a good Christmas present would be a figure and some painting supplies. Bloody heck. Good on him for getting out, I assume with the kid. As for paints, do it. There's some great new introductory paint/model sets they've put out in the last year or 2, featuring new models and units. They are designed to get people started in the hobby, but they are good welcome back bait as well. OMG, I couldn't imagine having a grand to spend on plants and flowers. Just the thought makes my heart skip a beat. I could redo my entire yard including grass lol. Grass for my yard cost $1,300. Didn't have nearly enough left over for plants as I wanted lol. That's poop, but I bet the grass is so sexy. Bruh, screw grass. Well, okay, lawns. Freaking Festuca and Equisetum on the outside of a rock-filled swale with some drought-tolerant sages. Topiary of prunus and understory of local ferns. Strawberry as a ground cover? Oh, don't wanna walk there? Bamsiana Thesaurbacaris. Screw lawns. Screw your patches of water sucking, nutrient draining labor swamps. Jimmy ferns and sages. He was a hater man. Said see you later lon. You ain't good enough for me. You are a plot of land who looks horribly planned. Get the heck out of my way. I only understood the last half. As someone who redid their lawn from scratch twice in the past 2 years and just had the whole dang thing die again this summer, your ideas intrigue me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter. Bro, my freaking old WoW name was Gumbercles. Anyways, go visit a nursery or join a plant society in your area. I can never preach enough about old people that have been growing in your area for 40 years. They got knowledge. Also, find the freaker on your block with a perfect lawn and ask what they do. It's probably something along the lines of meticulous anal retentive care.